Far side by Lindbergh. At the red line, he sends it in, wrapped hard around to the near side where the first one on it is Jacob Kwasnica. Bauer-Berry up the far side for Galenic, back in the lineup after missing some time on the IR. Lincoln Keene in his own zone. D-to-D pass, leaves off for Donnie Bracco. Now here comes Kwasnica, though it's taken away and played back up by Clares. Galenic across for Nestrasil. VACLAV NESTRASIL poked off his stick and carried the other direction by Kwasnica. Here comes the NTDP. Bracco fired toward the net, blocked down by Aucoin. And now in the far side corner, it's Jake Stewart, the first one on it. Nestrasil takes it out, centers for Jake Toll. Into the offensive zone they go. Teddy Spitsnagel on it, behind the net, pressuring Charlie Trethaway. Draw, he was across from Conrad Fondrk, but now Stewart leans in. It's one back away from Klee, who snaps his stick and has to get a new one. Jacks have too many on. Ryabkin gets back off the ice. And now Toll carries the offensive zone. Onside, out for Klee, so it goes off Klee's broken stick. And Kwasnica comes back the other way. Finds Fondrk. Away from Nestrasil. Schock keeps it in. Far side, here's Captain Klee. To the near side for Nestrasil, but taken back by Drew Schock. Ahead for Stewart, poked away by Aucoin. Here comes Galenic. Near side on his backhand, fired but blocked. Picked back up by Luke Scherer, the Charlotte, North Carolina native. And the program comes back down the ice. Fondrk working one-on-one on Dexheimer. The rest of his line changing. Behind the net, picked up by Ryabkin. And now here's Galenic. Chipped high in the air to the near side. Jacks finish the change. Sanderson jumps over the wall alongside Lawrence. And in this case, David Klee, he's got a valid excuse. Sends the NTDP to the power play, though. Here's Bergchild, again a member of the under-17 team, called up for this Friday night matchup. He's forced out by Vaeo, joined by Nestrasil, Galenic, and Dexheimer to start the kill. Here's Kwasnica back in. Far side corner behind the net. Left off in the corner. Galenic takes it and sends it down the ice, and the Jacks will change all four. Gherkin up front with Chris, joined by Berry and Aucoin. One back by the Jacks, chipped high in the air. Here comes Drew Stewart, though it's taken away by Schock, and he's back in his own zone behind the net. Schock up the far side, gets his feet moving. Pressured by Stewart, carries the offensive zone away from Toll. Behind the net to the near side. Up to the blue line, Gallant walks and kicks back out for Fondrk. Down low, looks for McKinney. It goes off of Vaeo, and McKinney picks it up. Vaeo and Toll joined by Nestrasil and Stewart. 30 seconds to go on the power play. In the near side corner, Fondrk taking some harassment, but finds Drew Schock. Across the way, Murtagh, a one-timer pad save by Godziev. Gallant out in front. Pass comes up to the blue line and out, where it's picked back up by Fondrk. He'll try again. To the near side, Gallant looks across the way, pucked into the seating bowl. Nice grab from a fan. Red line sends in. No icing, says the official. The Jacks another line change. Galenic with Klee and Nestrasil. Bracco to the offensive zone, sends in once more. Xavier Vaeo, the first one on it, finds Klee on the wall. Kept in by Lindbergh. Now here's more, but VACLAV NESTRASIL, strong puck support. Gets it back for Muskegon. It goes the neutral zone, where again, Bracco starts the regroup. He finds Murtagh. To the near side, Moore gloves down the pass, carries to the corner, and sends it across the way. Jack Galenic starts the rush. Near side, Nestrasil. Back to Galenic, middle of the ice. Taken away by Murtagh. Picked back up by Nestrasil, and now here's Bauer-Berry. In his own zone, Berry. To the near side, Galenic centers for Klee. It goes the way of Keene, though. Deep into the NTDP zone. Nestrasil bangs a Barty. Hard check. That was Cole McKinney, far side. Puck picked up by Drew Schock. He'll lead the rush. Over the center ice logo, finds Murtagh. Clares takes it away. D to D with Berry. Ahead for Nestrasil and regained by Phillips. Bauer-Berry over the red line for Jack. And it was a foot race across from Drew Stewart Murtagh won the race and fired a shot. It just missed the target. Cleared out by Nestrasil. Looks across the way. It goes off a body, and Mace'o sends it deep. Bettiger slowed it down. Nestrasil, the first one on it. Behind the net finds Klee. Back to Klee, near side. Popped out in front. Galenic just under his stick. Mace'o behind the net. Taken by Phillips up the wall. Taken back by Klee. Klee pops out in front. Nestrasil scores! Vaslav didn't quite know it, but once that goal horn went off, everybody was up on their feet and celebrating. Nestrasil up to Galenic. First intermission report will come late in the intermission. I'll head downstairs, host a quick activity, and come right back to join you fine folks on Flow Hockey. 2:27 to go in this opening frame. Here comes Nestrasil again. Away from Donnie Bracco. Nestrasil for Galenic, turns and fires off the mask of Bettinger and out of play. Gallant pinned against the wall by Stefanik. Centers for Lincoln Keene, and now down the ice, here comes McKinney. Met by Dexheimer behind the net. Hard check by Barrett Dexheimer, the Edina, Minnesota native. And Trethewey sends it back down low. Now for Gallant, pressured by Dexheimer. Richard Gallant. And against the boards, it comes up with Stefanik. Good keep by Trethewey, but it trickles out off the stick of Murtagh. He goes essentially D-to-D with Schock, who's pressured by Nestrasil. Heads up, D-to-D pass off the back wall. He gets it back from Trethewey. Jacks finish the line change. Galenic and Klee joining Nestrasil up front. Barry and Clares behind him. Puck trickles over the center ice logo. Kwasnica takes a hard check from Nestrasil. The puck comes out with David Klee, though it's back in the Lumberjack zone. Klee across the way for Clares. Looks to gain the red and does, just in front of his bench, sends it in. Near side corner, Stewart and Nestrasil. Now Klee up to the blue line. Barry steps into a slap shot. It's deflected wide by Stewart. That's not Drew Stewart for the Lumberjacks, but rather Jake Stewart for the NTDP. Now it's carried across by Stewart to the near side. Ahead for Schock, and now in the process of switching their units. Nestrasil, Spitznagel, Clares, joined by Stewart and Galenic. Clares leaves the back of his net and skates up the middle of the ice. Chips to the far side corner. Nestrasil, the first one on it. Leaves it go for Spitznagel, but is taken back by the NTDP and Charlie Trethewey, who sends it down the ice. New unit on for the program. McKinney and Gallant with Lindbergh and Keene. Drew Stewart across for Nestrasil to the offensive zone. Centers the puck, picked up by a sea of white jerseys, one of them worn by Garrett Lindbergh. And the Jacks have to try again. Just 13 seconds to go on this Mackenzie Price power play. Stewart ahead for Spitznagel to the offensive zone. Teddy's shot gets blocked. He finds the rebound and carries to the far side corner. Up the wall at the blue line, Clares. One-timer, Stewart high and wide. All the way down the ice, here comes Will Bell. He's working one-on-one on Clares. Now two-on-one, fires low far pad. The POP out of reach of Murtagh. But now Mooney's chance blocked by Toll, and it's kept in by Burchild. Mooney taken away by Toll, reverse to Clares, and now on the far side, Nestrasil. Off the wall for Stewart, taken away by Burchild. Centered for Mooney. Mooney, tough angle shot off the shoulder of Godziev. He puts his hand behind his head by Bettiger to keep it out. Good look by Ryabkin to find him down low. Stewart near side off the draw. His team won it. He sends it down the ice. Still 34 seconds to go on the Mackenzie Price power play. It gets away from Godziev. Almost into the possession of Fondrk, but taken by Nestrasil. He'll lead the rush to the offensive zone, coast to coast. Nestrasil met by a pair of white jerseys. One of them, Charlie Trethewey, who clears the ice once more. This time, no excitement. Godziev stops the puck and leaves off for Clares. Danny Clares up the middle of the ice. To the near side, saucer pass off the wall for Spitznagel. Sent away from Keene. Here's Clares far side. Out of the box is Bracco. Puck comes to the near side. Drew Stewart, the first one on it. Stewart pinned against the wall. Puck comes down the ice. Here comes Kwasnica with speed. Pass the defense. Kwasnica, nice move. He scores. by Drew Shock. Dropped down from the blue line. I think this is Mooney's. We'll see. Moore led the fellows through the line. Now he has it back in the offensive zone. Drops back for Mooney. Though it's picked up by Clean. Wrapped hard around the wall. All the way down the ice. Galenic looks to win a race. He will, so no icing. But Scherer plays it to the far side. Picked up by VACLAV NESTRASIL. Another projected NHL draft pick in the lineup for Muskegon. Gets it back at the center ice logo. Danny Clares away from Burchild. Ahead for Bauer-Berry. Clares to the offensive zone. Poked off his stick. Bouncing puck set down the ice. It's on target of the net, so no icing. Godziev plays to the near side for Spist. Well, Murtagh, McKinney, and Gallant fresh on the ice for the NTDP. Bracco drops off for Conrad Fondrk. Near side, here's Murtagh. Jack Murtagh, top of the circles, down low. Fondrk works up the near side. Walks the blue line. Back to Murtagh on the wall. Up top, Conrad Fondrk. Across the wing for Bracco. Donnie Bracco, younger brother of former NTDP standout Jeremy Bracco, as Conrad Fondrk's shot is held onto by Godziev. Got a piece of it, so icing waved off. Xavier Veilleux now behind his net, slows things down. Joined by Alcoin, Galenic, Nestrasil, and Ryabkin up front. Veilleux ahead for Nestrasil, catches him in stride. Vaslav throws out in front. Lincoln Keene, the only one there, now carries down the ice. Fires a pass to halfway near side. It's sent in by Bell, and he'll be the first one on it behind the net. Bell, far side half wall, met by Nestrasil. His centering attempt goes off a Vaslav's skate, and Lindberg receives it in the neutral zone. 2.5 to go in the second. 3-1, the NTDP leads. They also lead the shots 23-16. Galenic avoids a check from Trethaway, but gives the puck to the NTDP anyway. Gets it back in front of his own bench and now goes backwards for Bauer-Berry. Xavier Veilleux at the red line, carries across from McKinney. Near side, one back by Klee, off to Ryabkin. His shot gets blocked as goes to tap the netminder, Harrison Bettiger. 19:25 to go in regulation. Just 40 seconds gone in this first. Bracco sends it back in to the Muskegon zone. Godziev off for Dexheimer. Barrett Dexheimer looking at his options from behind the net. Goes across to the far side for Veilleux. Xavier back to Dexheimer now at the blue line. Looking at his options. Decides, you know what, let's play pass. Goes back to Veilleux. It's gloved down out of the air by Kwasnica. 2-on-1. Kwasnica to Stewart. Holds and looks backdoor. Great diving play on the back end by Veilleux to shut it down. Klee to the offensive zone now. Near side corner. Throws off the back wall to Galenic across the way. Kept in by Nestrasil and sent down behind the net for Lincoln Keene to receive. Keene near side for Stewart. Jake Stewart enters the offensive zone. Puts the brakes on the half wall and sends down low. Danny Clares in the area, but it comes up to Shock. He fires high and wide. Charlie Trethaway now sends it back down low. Near side is Clares. Looking at his options down the ice, he decides to of the season, 2:03 into the second period, and I'm sure I'm going to click on it right now. I'm sure it was assisted by Giacomo Martino. These two guys that pick up points off each other almost every game, if not every game. Here's Dexheimer in his own zone. Far side, drops off for Veilleux. Stretch pass, finds Galenic. All the way down the ice it goes, and icing is called against the Muskegon. David Klee leans in, though it's one back by O'Neill. Flying through. Vaslav Nestrasil got it down the ice. He keeps it in with the glove. Picked up by Halfley. Curls on the near side corner. His stretch pass goes off a stick. And down the ice where Dexheimer receives it. Sent back in. Bettiger up the near side. Finds Donnie Bracco. Bracco to the offensive zone. Offside though. And Matthew Van Blaricom for the ensuing faceoff. One back by David Klee. Galenic finds Bauer-Berry. And it's chipped down for Mace'o Phillips to receive. Now Lindberg Pinned against the wall by Nestrasil. It comes back to Phillips. Up the near side and down the ice. Kwasnica across from Bauer-Berry. The two tangled up with each other. Fondrk comes in to help out Kwasnica. Klee and Nestrasil to help Berry. Taken out by Klee. Up ahead for Lance. He'll lead the rush. Lance fires. A little POP, but out of the reach of Galenic. Now Kwasnica works 1-on-2, slows up, moves towards the middle, poked away by Dexheimer. And now here's VACLAV NESTRASIL. Ryabkin behind the net. To Stefanik near side, ahead for Dexheimer, who gets it back in the neutral zone and again sends it deep. Nestrasil replaces him. Phillips takes it D to D with Bracco far side. Donnie Bracco chipped high in the air, down to a knee. Lance, great play. Now here's Nestrasil to the offensive zone. Nice move, but Phillips recovered nicely and takes it up the far side. Mace'o Phillips has had a really strong game tonight. Wraps it around to the near side. It's picked up by Toll and cleared the zone. Now Nestrasil met by Trethewey, who plays it across for Fondrk. Knocked down by Vayo. Arm, the official, stays down as well. And it's kept in at the blue line by Trethewey. Forced out by the Lumberjacks and Ryabkin. Now here's Stewart. He sends in on the under-17 team. Right here at Trinity Health Arena on Flow Hockey. Puck gets sent down the ice. Galenic looking to win a race against Keene. Forcing Keene down below the goal line. Pins him against the wall. Nestrasil comes in to help out, but so does Charlie Trethewey, who looks to clear it. Finds O'Neill. Kept in by Nestrasil. VACLAV looks for Galenic. Pass goes under the heel of his stick. Clears, keeps it in. Redirected. Nestrasil in front, and Bettiger holds on. Oh, great redirection. Uncommitted out of Heartland, Wisconsin, playing this year in the North American League. 1-goal game, late in regulation. Give him the opportunity to grow in this opportunity. Galenic sends it deep. Phillips takes it far side, hit against the boards. Now Murtagh knocked away by Nestrasil. Takes the puck and finds Dexheimer. Up top for Clares. Back to Dexheimer, middle of the blue line, carries to the near side. Barrett Dexheimer throws out in front, gets it back behind the net, where he's knocked down to his backside. Battle continues at the Red Bank General's advertisement. Comes to the near side corner. Murtagh away from Nestrasil, finds Gallant. Taken back by the Lumberjacks. Back to the offensive zone. Cleve fires off his stick and out of play. Going to the bench is Shika Godziev. Corner continues it around. Going to the bench, Godziev. Vayo gets it down to Spitsnagel. Now Lawrence works up the far side. Up top, Vayo, near side, Toll. Down low, Nestrasil. VACLAV to Toll at the blue line. Now Ryabkin near side. 6-on-5 with 90 seconds to go. They score! It's Ivan Ryabkin! What a debut! 45 seconds gone here in the overtime period. Drew Schock, the last of the original skaters, finds McKinney, joined by Gallant. Now Schock replaced by Bracco. The Jacks have Dexheimer and Nestrasil joining Ryabkin. Here's Bracco. He holds, fires, blocked by Ryabkin. He'll start the rush. Chips it down the ice. Glove down by Bracco. Pressured by Nestrasil. Donnie Bracco. Plays it backwards. The Jacks get a line change. Bracco behind the defense, though. On his forehand. Fires a big save made by Godziev. Here's Dexheimer. Barrett Dexheimer works up the near side. Drops off for Drew Stewart. Stewart to the offensive zone. On his forehand, nice move, poked up. Drops off for Barrett Dexheimer. Ryabkin gets off, he's replaced by Nestrasil. Dexheimer wraps it down low for Spitsnagel near side. Teddy pinning against the wall, still has possession, but it's taken away by O'Neill. 45 ticks to go in overtime. O'Neill drops off for Stewart. Up the far side, near side, Trethewey. Met by Spitsnagel, curls back up. Fresh on the ice, Conrad Fondrk with it. Up the near side, met by Dexheimer. Fondrk out in front, couldn't bang it home. That was Jake Stewart at the doorstep of the crease. Now Spitsnagel looks to clear it. Kept in by Fondrk, pushed down to the corner. Dexheimer shades over to help out. 12 seconds to go in overtime. Spitznagel holds in his own zone. Teddy allows for a line change. And now here they come. Time for one more rush. Fanning on the pass. Clares sends up the wall. 1 second and done. We're going to a shootout. Second straight game. The